Ho! You guys been waiting for it? Well, I got it for you. What's up and what is good, YouTube? It is your host with the most, Paul Cantu, back at you guys with episode 2 of Paul Preaches. As you guys can see by the description in this beautiful sermon of an inspirational speech, I'll be breaking down the time I, Paul, punked the police. So it all started about 2 weeks ago, right? I was walking my cute ass to the parking garage because I had to mail 2 packages. As I descend the stairs, or ascend the stairs, I walk up, open the door, hop in my slab, and I see something on the dashboard. I'm like, I know somebody didn't leave a McDonald's receipt all up on my motherfucking windshield. Hell nah. So I get out of my car, I grab it, I look, I'm like, $35? What? I got a ticket. I read the ticket and it says, you parked on the 2nd floor and your permit states you only can park on floors 3, 5, or above. So I'm like, oh hell no, I've been parking on this floor for like the last 2 months, ain't nobody says shit, they ain't doing this shit to your boy. So I drive to the post office, drop off the packages, return my car. The ticket says park on floors 3, 5, and above, right? So I go to the 3rd floor, I park my nice ass slab, get out, look at the gloss shining in the light, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting money. Oh. So I go down to the parking garage office and I ask the little lady inside to come to the window. She turns around, I'm like,
hey girl, how you doing? You are the woman that I'm really pursuing and I would like to get to know you. Can you give me your name?
But no, for real, she wasn't cute. So I ask her, yo, what floor am I supposed to park on? And she says 3, 5, or above. So I'm like, straight. I'm on 3rd floor, no more tickets. So that night I return to the crib, right? I'm chilling with my homies and then I'm like, shit, I left something at my aunt's house. So I walk back to the parking garage. Once again, I'm climbing up Mount Everest in terms of the staircases. And I get to the 3rd floor, open the door, peek my head out, and I see this white motherfucker on a moped with this weird ass like brick cell phone looking device looking at my car. I'm like, I know this dude is not writing me a ticket again. So I look, I'm like, I'm gonna creep up on this fool. So I'm like, da-da, 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 da-da. And then I get out my keys and I just hit the bloop bloop button and the lights just go. And this fool turns around like, and at this point I'm pretty pissed off because I just got a ticket and the same day I'm getting another one. So I'm going up like charging him up like, oh, I'm about to fuck this dude up, Muhammad Ali status, bruh. So I'm like, excuse me sir, I can park on this floor, why are you writing me a ticket? He's like, no, you can only park on floors 5 or above. I'm like, what are you talking about? I literally just got a ticket today. So I pull out the ticket, which happened to still be in my pocket. I'm like, look, 3, 5, or above. And the dude's like, nope, it's only 5 and above. Dude, it clearly says I can park on this floor, and this fool's arguing with me. Now, there are 2 pet peeves that always get your boy, and it's bad customer service, 1, and not admitting you're wrong when you're wrong. So I'm like, you're doing both right now. You're being a little dick. You look like Santa Claus, and you also are not admitting you're wrong. And I wasn't trying to get a ticket, so I wasn't gonna go off on dude, but I'm like, look man, it says I can park on the 3rd floor. I'm just trying to stay in compliance with the rules. I'll move to the 5th floor when I come back, that's what I need to do. He's like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, but it also says on my ticket there are signs posted saying I only can park on floors 3, 5, and above. Where are these signs? The dude's like, they're at both entrances, blah, blah, blah. So he still has this big ass electronic device, right, writing me a ticket. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, no, dude, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. So I think I'm good, right? But I'm still like, my blood is boiling. I'm still like,
I'm not putting up with this bullshit.
So I put on my superhero cape, right? I hop in my car and I start whipping through the garage like a beast. So I roll up to the bottom of the garage. And right before I leave, I'm like, where are these signs at that these people have been telling me about, instructing me where to park? I look to the left, I look to the right, double take back to the right, and I see a sign on the wall. It says, you can park on floors 3, 5, and above if you have the type of parking permit that I have. So I get out my phone and I take a picture of it. So I roll back up to the 3rd floor, right, where my car was parked. And I'm cruising and I see this motherfucker parked in a corner in his moped, writing someone else a ticket. So I'm like, you know what? This guy's in the wrong. I'm about to charge this fool up like a G. I park my car behind their car. I roll down my window. I'm like,
excuse me, sir.
Boom. Hold up my cell phone and point at it. I'm like,
they can park on this floor, sir.
He comes up to the window. He's like, where'd you see that? I'm like, at the 1st floor, dumb dick. And then he's like, oh, well, it also says 5 or above, so I'm still writing him a ticket. I'm like, floors 5 and above. Are you blind, dude? I'm like, what's your name, officer? He won't tell me. He looks away, starts backing up. I'm like, what's your name, officer? He's like, oh, 456, and just spits off this random ass number. He hops on his moped, but this fool doesn't realize he's in the corner of the garage. And there are these little orange ass poles blocking off the doorway so people won't park straight in front of the door, right? So he's in the corner right there, hops on his moped, and starts trying to take off on me. But this dumbass throws his moped in reverse, doesn't realize them shits is behind him, and goes boom, straight into a pole. So I think that's fucking funny because he's being a little asshole at this point. And I turn to him, I'm like, bruh, there's a pole there, bro. And this fool's like, yeah, jumps on his moped and then just takes off. I'm like, man, fuck this dude. He's trying to get away. I'm gonna get this dude fired at this point. I was like, I'm ruining his career as a parking officer right about now. So I get in my truck, I throw it in reverse, I whip it in a circle. It's like, I'm like, in the garage, and this fool's like, and I'm like, he's like, I'm like, he's like, and then this dude starts weaving in between the like big ass concrete barriers. He knows my truck is too big to do that, so I have to whip around extra far, and I'm going fast. At this point, my adrenaline is on 100. I'm like, caveman status. I feel like a saber-tooth tiger about to take down a motherfucking mastodon ass, cop ass bitch. So I get behind him, and all of a sudden he just breaks his moped, points at a security camera, and is like, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, you're not even a real cop? You're Paul Blart in this bitch. I'm like, what's your name, Paul Blart? What's your name, Paul Blart? And so I pull up beside him, and then he takes off again. I'm like, hell no, this dude's getting the fuck out the garage. He's not writing anybody else a ticket. So I just start hot pursuing this dude until he goes out the garage. So I chase this fool out the garage, and I'm like, you know what? I can either keep chasing him, have him potentially call the cops, or just go to my aunt's house. I'm like, I'm not trying to get in a bigger situation than it already is, and I'm definitely not trying to run this dude over. So I let the fool leave. I go to my aunt's house, right? So when I get back to the garage, I go up to the car that this fool like had written a ticket for, because I was like, I know his name is on the ticket because I looked at my ticket and had the officer's name. So I go up and I see the ticket and I write down his name, right? And then I also see that he charged that person $35. So I also leave them a note. I'm like, I try to stop this officer from writing you a ticket, but he's a major dickbag / asshole and wouldn't listen to me. But you're completely in the right, so don't pay this shit, contest it. So then I go the next day, I call up his boss. I'm like, fuck this Santa Claus looking dude on his moped. That fool's an idiot, and you also might want to check his moped because he fucked it up in reverse going into a pole. But essentially, that is the story of how I punked the police. I hate when people write tickets for no reason. So it would mean the world to me if you guys would go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. This story just came to a really quick ass ending, but basically, that is the whole story of how I punked a motherfucking parking police ass looking Santa Claus dude with a little bike helmet on his moped. Peace.